Hey guys, Michael Merula here. So I finished all covers for each chapter of my book, The Unknown World of Eda. You may ask, what is this Unknown World of Eda? Godfrey's Rebellion and Other Stories from Unknown World, for short. Unknown World is the name of my illustrated book, which is a collection of stories that tell the history of this fantasy world, which is inspired by real history and various theories and myths about the origin of mankind. In chronological order, stories are Rise of the Atlanteans, Pelovesus, Aquila Conquest, The Great Flood, Empire Fall, and Godfrey's Rebellion. This world-building project has been in development since 2011, when I first created the Pelovesus story, which was supposed to be variation on the collapse of the Bronze Age civilizations and the migration of the Sea People, the struggle of the prehistoric Greeks, with the twist that the Sea People were Atlanteans, as recorded by Solon from his journey in Egypt and then retold by Plato. Few years later, when I was in the hospital, I created the story Godfrey's Rebellion. It was just a separate story, more like concept for my RTS game, which was never made, but I always want to play. But I began to wonder what preceded this rebellion. As I delved into the world building, lore, and developing history, I suddenly found myself 1,000 years before Godfrey's Rebellion in the story of Aquila Conquest. Story about Dark Aquila, the semi-legendary king who united Eda, which is central continent of this world. And I wonder where these first civilizations came from, and at this point I included as the piece of the puzzle the story of Pelovesus and the Atlanteans as an explanation for the first people. From then on, everything started to fit together and layer on top of each other. That's how it was with every story, and new mini-stories, histories, and various explanations came to my mind almost daily. The inspiration behind this world is, of course, my undying love for Asian history and early Middle Ages, especially books by Asian authors such as Herodotus, Livy, Polybius, and many more. This world is also inspired by pop culture references from my childhood, such as Robert E. Howard's Conan, Sword and Sandals movie, Clash of the Titans, or Sinbad, games such as Age of Mythology of Prince of Persia. For example, Pelovesus is combination of all of the above and paraphrase of the already mentioned Bronze Age and the later Spartacus Rebellion. Although it seems to be just some kind of Asian fantasy with large share of military, the stories mainly capture my thoughts and reflections on human nature, psychology, and how we should live in the harmony and by the laws of nature. I try to depict all the characters and events naturally, sometimes even rather antagonistic, and not glorify their actions, even if it seems that they have reasons for it. 2 years ago, I finally started daily drawing and painting illustrations and ideas for Unknown World, and from the bottom of my heart I want to thank you, everyone who participates and supports my work. Whatever it's here on YouTube shows the process of my illustrations, and there are another episodes of series about world building of Unknown World, or on my other social medias. Special thanks goes to my Patreons, Gerard and Simon. All this makes me very happy, and I am glad my Unknown World of Eda is little bit more known to you now. This project of course will continue because it's my lifetime passion, and I will continue sharing new stuff. If you want to support this and learn more, join my Patreon or just simply subscribe to this channel. Remember, likes are for YouTube algorithm, comments are for me, and you know how I love your comments and thoughts. With that being said, I love you all and see you next time.